Hello everyone. Last lecture you will start about historical background of Opium Act and prohibition and its penalties. In that you will see about in detail of the Opium Act. Opium will be formed in India or spread of opium or history of Opium Act in India. Then, cultivation of opium in India. Papyrus somniferum was extensively grown in India. It is an milky juice which will be obtained by sacrificing the capsule when fully grown but in a green state. And it will be formed in Bihar was prevalence in India, but it will be present it form in Uttar Pradesh, Madhya Bharat and Rajasthan and Himachal Pradesh. Then you will see about the main varieties of Papyrus somniferum. In that, Papyrus somniferum var nigrum, Papyrus somniferum var album, and Papyrus somniferum var abnormally. In that, this Papyrus somniferum var nigrum, it is an opium poppy with a purple flower, roundish obligate capsule. Then Papyrus somniferum var album is an white flowers roundish oval capsule. Papyrus somniferum var abnormally is a variety that is an red color, green dull red color, or petal will be crumpled. So this is for last lecture. Today you will see the cultivation of variety of papaya somniferum commonly grown in Uttar Pradesh. Indian opium poppy may be spread into a two well-defined phases raised by the color and luster of the capsule. One has the capsule of an opium green in a deep or purple tan shades. The infrared it will be formed in a substance dairy varieties. The other has been glucose encapsulated more or less dense, coated with the adequate white powder. This is the sapphire dairy groove. Then the sapphire dairy race may be lain in it was we form late of each crop and with the expansion perfect of the Kalandhanti variety. The latex crops may not be wetting in a vegetative various, however, they will be found in yield much less than opium. Under the March sun latex of the sub-Saharan, it's very rapidly exhausted and scarcely half of its normal opium content can be extracted. This species has a hyperpacil adaptability for the clearly showing. The characteristics of these two phases are probably due to the difference in the texture of this capsule that will be white powder coating, uh, bitter, resisting evaporation, acting in high temperature and dry atmosphere than the other. This is for the two types of the variety that is Subza Dheri and the other that is Subza Dheri, and it will be formed in the that will be formed in Uttar Pradesh. So next that is a poppy straw. Poppy straw also known as opium straw, mood opium straw, truffle, a crushed poppy capsule, poppy chaff or poppy husk in derived from opium poppies. There is a Papyrus somniferum. This is a species that has been harvested when fully mature and dried by the mechanical means means this ripe poppy seeds. The opium poppy stalk today can be one of the several different things. It is the what remains after the poppy seed harvest, that is the dried stalk, stem and leaves of poppies grown for their seed. These are the image show that the dried wraps of these poppy seeds. The dried leaves and stalk are harvested after the seed pod have been used for traditional opium extraction. The field dried leaves, stalk, and seed pod are used in commercial manufacturing of morphine or other poppy alkaloid derived drugs by first processing of material to make poppy straw, separating the seed and making concentrated of poppy straw. Then last point, that is offenses and penalties. First, punishment for contravention in relation to the poppy straw. Then punishment for contravention in relation to the coca plant and leaves. Punishment for the contravention in relation to preparation of this opium. Then punishment for contravention in relation to the poppy, opium poppy and opium. Punishment for easements, illegal disposal of the opium by cultivators. Punishment for contravention in relation to the cannabis plant and cannabis. Punishment for contravention in relation to the manufactured drugs and preparation. Punishment for contravention in relation to the psychotropic substances. Then last, punishment for illegal import into India, export from India for transshipment of narcotic drug and psychotropic substances. So this for the today's lecture. Next lecture you will start about historical background of dangerous act and prohibition and penalties of this. So today you will discuss about the cultivation of the Uttar Pradesh varieties of Papyrus somniferum. In that, two types of these varieties. First, that is Safed Safed Dheri and Sabza Dheri. These are the two types of this Papyrus somniferum. It will be characteristics of two species are different by its texture. The capsule that will be white powder coating, bitter tasting, evaporation action in high temperature and dry atmosphere than the other. Then you will see about poppy straw. Poppy straw is also known as opium straw. Moor opium straw, crushed poppy capsule, poppy chops or poppy husk is derived from opium poppy or Papyrus somniferum that is harvested when fully grown and mature and dried. Mechanical means the ripe of poppy seeds. This is the dried leaves of stalks are harvested after the seed pods have been used for traditional opium extraction. The field dried leaves, stalk and seed pod are used in commercial manufacturing of morphine or other poppy alkaloid derived drug by the first processing the material to be make poppy straw, separating the seed and the making concentrated of poppy straw. Then you will see about offenses penalties of this opium poppy. Punishment of contravention in relation to poppy straw. Punishment for the contravention in relation to coca plant or leaves. Punishment for contravention in relation to the preparation of opium. Punishment for contravention in relation to poppy straw or poppy opium poppy. Then punishment for embezzlement, illegal disposal of opium by cultivator, punishment for the contravention in relation to the cannabis plant and cannabis, punishment for contravention in relation to the manufacturing drugs and preparation, punishment for the contravention in relation to the psychotropic substances, and punishment for illegal import into India, export from India, or the transmitter of the narcotic drug and psychotropic substances. Thank you.